Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for June 3rd. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. This particular pair did move higher, closed up overall. It has been moving to the upside. Overall, though, looking to move sideways if you look long term. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 93.29, possibly as low as 91.50. Look for some resistance around 93.06. and look for some support around 91.75. Now, looking at the Euro-USD pair, this particular pair closed lower during today's session, did pretty much hit for the third time the lows. I realize we do have a low here, but it did pull back and close a little bit higher. But we are getting to the point to where we should look for a move to the downside even further once we break through this area of support. Look for this pair to go potentially as high as 123.87, possibly as low as 120.59. Look for some resistance around 123.25, and look for some support around 121.25. Now, looking at the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair formed an inside bar today. It did close lower overall, moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 148.14, possibly as low as 144.80. Look for some resistance around 147.71, and look for some support around 145.50. Now, switching to the US Swiss, this particular pair moves sideways, has been moving sideways for a good while now. Bias is definitely sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 116.42, possibly as low as 114.50. Look for some resistance around 11600, and look for some support around 114.95. Now, as far as news announcements goes, we have the Eurozone releasing the gross domestic product tomorrow at 4:05 or 5 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Eastern. And the consensus on that is the quarter is the same at 0.2%, and year to date they're showing 0.5% hold at that number as well. We do have the non-farm payroll for tomorrow, the U.S. Non-farm payroll at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on this is that it has moved from 290K to 520K, so could be negative news for the U.S. dollar. Just definitely pay attention to that. It's one of the, I guess, the second largest news announcement that the forex market has, basically next to the FOMC announcements. So the non-farm payroll is definitely one you want to take a look at. The markets will probably continue to move sideways pretty strong until that time, until that news is released. Now, as far as what I'm looking at during this next session, we do have the US Japanese yen pair. If we get a reversal, not sure if we will, but definitely one quick little trade to look at. If we get a reversal, look to sell at 92.02, and then look for it to break down about 43 pips down to 91.60. I do believe we'll get this movement if we get a break here, sell, and then exit. We have this window of opportunity that's gone through a couple times. I do see that happening. Now, looking at the Euro-USD pair, we have 3 different times that we have support, pretty strong support at this level. Today it hit it and closed lower. If we get a break of this low right here during this session's low, we could see it move significantly lower. Let me show you kind of what that looks like, at least on the chart. If you go back far enough, you'll see where the last time we had this support was actually at. It's good ways back, but if you go back far enough, you will see it. And the next level, basically, that we can look at if this continues lower is down at the 2065 level, about a 40 pip move. Most likely, though, it would come on down a little bit further down into this region around the 119.75 area, the 119, the 120, the 12000 level is going to be a pretty strong support as well. So if we get a break of the previous session's low. At that point, you definitely want to take a look at. If we get a break below this session's low right here, you're definitely going to want to look for it to move pretty quick to the downside. Now, we also have the pound US dollar pair. This particular pair formed an inside bar during today's session, so look for a breakout. If we get a breakout to the downside, look for it to move on down to around the 144.55 level. If we get a move to the upside, you're going to want to be cautious, because this move to the upside is basically in line with previous support, which could now be resistance, so it could be a false breakout. If we do get a movement to the upside, though, that breaks out, we should hit the 1.4925 level, 49.50 level, somewhere in there. Well, that pretty much wraps us up for today. So until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.